What is it? What it is? Your boy DJ Miller. You are now tuned into a new episode of The Cage live on Sports Talk Radio on the Plug Radio Network. Man, I want to give a special shout out to all of our beautiful sponsors out there. Man, Bel Air, Rick Ross, Renee, Brett. Man, shouts out to each and every last one of you because without you, who knows where we would be. Shouts out to another big major sponsor of ours, and that is Body Armor. Man, does the body good. We don't drink Gatorade. We don't drink Powerade. We drink Body Armor. And if you're just happen to need a flavor of choice, strawberry banana is my favorite, as well as that Mamba. It's the purple and gold, people. Purple and gold, people. And also, got to give another special shout out to, man, $1 million worth of game cologne. Man, listen, if you want to smell like a real man, come holler at your boy and get that 10% discount. And last but not least, Two Brothers Mobile Auto Repair Service, the official platinum sponsor of Sports Talk Radio. But man, listen, I got to get into it right today because I've been trying to get this man in this radio station now for 2 years. And timing is everything. We don't work on our time. We work on God's time. Remember that, people. Just a little, I'm not a preacher or nothing, but just remember that, right? Now, the young man that I got in here with me, man, I mean, needs no introduction because he's now entrenched in the Palm Beach County fame, right? But we're going to just do this, right? I want to make sure I give him the proper introduction. He's 6'5" and a legit 6'5", people. They still need another season or two, but he bought what, 210, 220? 220, okay, see, 220, right, from North Palm Beach, Benjamin School, 4-star prospect coming out of high school, number 8 in the country as an athlete, and top 20 in the state of Florida. He committed to Florida State University. Now, I'm a Kentucky fan. It hurt my heart. But, you know, we still support him because he's in Tallahassee. And I have a bunch of people that went to Florida State, so we love him, right? He's a community man. He's a God-fearing man. He's the son of an NFL legend, in my opinion. And he's, first and foremost, one of the nicest people that you're ever going to meet. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't figured out who I have defensive lineman, tight end, Florida State, Amari Williams. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Man, had a big camp yesterday.
Big camp. Listen, man, we're going to get into all of that, too, because, man, first and foremost, I love when people, you know, go make a name for themselves and come back and give to the community. Many people don't do that, man, so I just commend you for that, you know. And before we get into the show, I love to always give people their flowers. I mean, 3% of the world that plays sports go and play at the level that you're at. And from that 1% go off and play professionally. So what you have accomplished is no small feat. You know, I've had success as a coach at the high school level, winning a state championship with Dwyer, and then even coaching in college at Palm Beach State and a couple prep schools here and there. And as coaches, it's extremely competitive. But as an athlete, you really have to be him. You have to be one of one. And what you're able to accomplish, even at your first year at Florida State, man, I think you just need your flowers. So if we can, I want to give him an appropriate. Where's my round of applause at? Can we just drop some bombs for him? You know what I mean? Can we do something for him, man? So welcome back home. You know, I know you've been on the road. I know you've been trying to catch up with family while you've been home, man. And how's life going on? You know.
I mean, great. I mean, like you said just now, like I'm highly favored. You know, that's the first thing I want to say is thank God. Like, I mean, I put out a post this morning, like to be in this position. I mean, it's all glory to God. So, yeah, first and foremost, yeah, just want to give my thanks to that, and you know, I'm great.
Now, the one thing I want to ask you is, you know, obviously, growing up, you are the son of an NFL player, right? What was life like as a child? You know, because you see Michael Irvin's son, you know, he talks about how they struggle and these different things. And I'm not going to say that if your dad's a millionaire or whatever that you can't struggle, but what was life really like as a child?
I would say, like, I wouldn't want to say that I was always in his shadow, but, like, my dad, he did have a reputation, so it was something that I always felt like I had to live up to. And actually, my dad, he didn't even want me to really play football. Like,
really?
Yeah, like, as crazy as it sounds, like, he wanted me to play baseball. I hate it.
Nah, baseball getting that money. I'm with Pops on that one.
What?
Baseball getting that money.
Nah, if I would have went back,
that baseball check is different.
But I played football 1 year. I mean, just took my heart, and since then, just, you know, been balling out.
6'5", 220 baseball player. What position you think you would have played?
Oh, man. I don't know. I was so bad at baseball. That was the reason.
He ain't have a shot.
That was the reason.
So obviously it had you living in North Palm. Have you stayed in North Palm your whole life? Because I know obviously with your dad being in the league and different things, you had to travel. But what do you classify as actual home to you?
Yeah, I would say like Palm Beach, like South Florida. I mean, I moved around a lot. I mean, I actually was born in Minnesota, but I only lived there for a few months or whatnot, and I've been, all over the place. I lived in Kentucky. I lived in Minnesota. I mean, I kind of bobbed around a lot. So,
are you a Minnesota fan?
I say yes. I like what they got going on.
So favorite NFL team, we're going Minnesota.
Yeah, I say Minnesota.
Why Minnesota though?
I say because when my dad did there, because like me personally, this might sound crazy too, but I don't even really watch football. Like that might sound crazy.
I've heard that.
But yeah, just really what my dad did there, and then I like guys like Justin Jefferson. He doing his thing, so I love watching him.
Okay, I can see that. Okay, so I know we touched on about being the son, but you mentioned your father didn't want you necessarily to play football. What type of pressure do you think he put on you when you did decide to say, you know what, Dad, I want to follow in your footsteps. I want to go tote this route.
Yeah, I wouldn't say really much pressure, but like he pretty much told me like if I'm gonna play football, then I need to go all out. Like there's no really holding back. Like I gotta go either all in or just stay out. Cause
I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah, cause that's really what football is. Like you can't go 50-50. You can't go like
That's
1 foot in. So, yeah, since the first day, we was on the same page that football is what I want to do. Like, I mean, we've been at it.
Now, okay, so you see somebody like Prime, right, who takes great joy in coaching his son, because Prime said it best. I mean, how much football can that coach know more than me? I got to go jacket, right? So, did you ever find yourself like trying to, okay, Dad, I understand you may have played in the league, but maybe this is what he want me to do, or was he kind of like, let me step back and let somebody else just coach it?
I felt like my dad never really overstepped. Like he was always like, I guess like eye in the sky. Like he would always give me tips and stuff like that. So if it wasn't addressed by the coach, I mean, my dad would, he would step in, he would say something. But for the most part, like he was really just an eye in the sky.
Okay, so he wasn't at the game with the pom poms and the big old signs and screaming like, "Hey man!"
Nah, like growing up, like he was my head coach or like my coach. So whenever he was my coach, like he was on me like nobody else. But as far as at the collegiate level, like he just like every day after the game, like had a big paragraph essay full of just little tips and reminders. So.
Now, so okay, obviously, you have him, and I'm sure he instilled in you early how to carry yourself as a professional and how to, walk and talk and make sure that you represent yourself well. But I think what doesn't get brought up enough is the relationship that moms play in this. Because I'm sure mom was at every game, every practice.
Yeah.
So what role did your mom play in your childhood growing up?
I mean, I gotta give it out to my mom. Like she's the best. Like, I mean. Even now, like she drives 8 hours a week just going up to Tallahassee.
She comes to see my baby.
She don't fly. She drives. So, she's a trooper. She sticks out for me, and whenever I need anything, it would be anything out something outrageous. She's always there. So, hands out to her.
So okay, so now your parents get settled here in Palm Beach, and you go to the Benjamin School. Now, traditionally, the Benjamin School was always that school that was on the rise because they're not too new, but they're fairly new enough, right? Yeah. Especially when it comes to football. And then it seems like out of nowhere, Benjamin just boom. They got Amari, they got Chauncey, they got Jacob, they got Mike. I mean, you guys were really, really loaded.
So
the tough question is, why we never got it done?
I would say it was just a depth thing. Like, it literally is like probably 400 people in the whole school. So you talking about we had 20 people on our
There's 400 people in the school?
Yeah.
That's a small school.
So it's like, what, a tenth of the school on the football team? It's like if one person get hurt.
Like, man, y'all got freshmen out there kicking field goals.
Yeah, that was. So, we had such a, good starting 11, but, one person got hurt. We was panicked. We was, head over heels. So,
But okay, I want to know about your coaching staff, because I had a chance to meet a good number of them. They seem like they're well connected too, man. So, what role did your coaches play in your development as a person, as an athlete at Benjamin?
So, I would say all my coaches were definitely mentors. Like they all played at the highest level, whether it's college, NFL. My head coach, I'd say he's been one of the biggest impacts in my life personally. Because I mean, going into high school, I mean, I liked football, whatever, but like, I didn't realize that was gonna be my life. So,
Right.
Going to high school, he told me, he was like, man, like I really think you could do this, but we just gotta put the pieces together. And like my freshman year, I don't know if you see this online, but my freshman year, it was not no crazy freshman year. Like I played a lot of JV. But off season put on, I want to say 30 pounds. Came back.
And you had a growth spurt out of nowhere.
Just grinding, like getting it done. So then from there, I went from unranked playing JV to the next year having 30 offers and one of the top in the class. So
When did it set in that, hey, I'm him? I'm that dude. When did it set in for you?
Yeah, I don't want to try to be cocky, but like, I mean, I just on the field, like I feel like some come out of me, like I just feel like I'm a whole new person when I'm on the field. So, it's more in the moment type thing. I'm just like, damn, like I'm really one of them
ones.
Yeah.
So I had Chauncey on the show and I had Jacob on the show. So now I feel like I got the three horsemen, right? I got to get Micah though. Micah, if you're watching, I got to get you on the show, okay? So, what was that bond like? Because I know when I had Jacob and Chauncey on the show, they spoke highly of you. And it seemed like no one ever really was jealous of the other. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, Division I is Division I. I don't care how you look at it, right? If you go to this school is all Division I. But even with, Chauncey going to Georgia, and Georgia is Georgia.
Yeah.
You going to Florida State, and then the other two going to Wake Forest. It seemed like you guys have a relationship and a chemistry that was like, you know what, I'm happy for you. I'm not envious. I'm not jealous of you. I'm just happy for you. How did you guys develop such a strong bond?
I would say it's because we all have the same like goal in mind. I mean, me, Chauncey, and Jacob. I remember every day, like before, like we would do 2 days. Like everybody else doing one practice, like we doing our own 2 days. Like we would show up probably 2-3 hours before practice, work out, do our little thing. We'd be in the sand pit, get our work in. Then we would leave, go eat, come back, and then do our second workout.
And then dominate practice.
I'm telling you, like, that's all it was. But, we all complimented each other. We all had the same goal in mind, and we just did our thing.
What do you think about Chauncey in the playoffs right now? He got a Amaree.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about seeing him on TV and got a chance to play for a national championship in Georgia?
I mean, I want to see Chauncey, give him a chance. I mean, Nate Frazier, the freshman at Georgia, he doing his thing, but that man Chauncey, he a beast. Like I really want to see him shine, but I think he redshirted this year. But when it's time comes, like that's a dog. So
I think he could do it, man. I think if he has 1 or 2 good years at Georgia, I think he can go into the draft and be one of the top round picks. He's different.
Yes, sir.
And he's short and stocky too. They put on some weight.
Yeah.
Man, I got to see him when he come back down, man. Okay, so obviously you're this big recruit coming out of high school. You got a lot of people in your ear, and they throwing all these different things at you. You did something that was untraditional, something that we haven't seen in a long time. You reclassified, forfeit your senior year, and went early to school.
Yeah.
What sparked that decision first?
Honestly, like it wasn't even like going in my junior year. It wasn't even a thought. Like it really came down to the last, I'd say, 3 weeks, of the season, or the last 3 games of the season, and my coach brought it up. Like my coaches in college brought it up. Like I just communicated with my family, friends, what do I do? Because I felt like I was, in a position where, like, I was developed enough to, withhold college and what it had for me. So, with that being said, I mean, I guess.
Because and I think that speaks to the coaching, because when you have a really good staff that understand the recruiting process, They did an amazing job. Just even have that option on the table for you, making sure that you had your credits going into your senior year. Because a lot of times, man, I won't tell who the coach is because he's not coaching anymore, but he's still very prevalent in college football. This coach of a winning program came to Palm Beach Gardens High School. And this is when I was deep into the recruiting, right? And this senior was probably the top 5 linebacker in the country at the time. And this coach came in and cussed the guidance counselor out. He said, "You are failing this kid. This kid is one of the top 5 players in the country at this position, and you got him in home ec and PE 3 times. Forget going to college. He ain't graduating." And I just remember saying to myself, dang, man, it really happened. So the fact that your coaches even had that situation put in place speaks to them. So now you decide to reclassify. You decide to go off to college early, and you pick Florida State. You could have gone anywhere in the country. Literally anywhere. Why Florida State?
I would say really because, I just felt, I feel like everybody says this, and I don't want to sound like everybody, but it's really a family aspect. Like, it ultimately came down to that. Like, me, Coach JP, he was the one that was recruiting me the most. And he's DN, like, I transformed into a, tight end for now. But, yeah, he was there, like, through everything. He wasn't even, like, I feel like some that happened a lot through recruiting was, like, it was a lot of fake,
Yeah.
Like, you getting, like, them automated, like, little messages and stuff like that. But it was like every time he calling me, like, and it's not overwhelming, like, just the process that they chose to approach me with, like, I just felt like it was home. I love Tallahassee.
It's a great place to be. Great place to be. But you're right, because even when I was recruiting players, the best thing is it is a business, yes, but you should want to build a relationship with this kid.
Yeah.
Because why would I come to your school and I don't even think you kind of really want me there? And this is kind of interesting to me. So the year that you left, they approved for high school players to get NIL, right? It sucks that it happened that way, right? If you were still in high school when it came out, how much is Amari getting for NIL? If in high school, how much is the 4-star prospect getting?
Hey, 5-star. Forget that. I was actually the number 1 athlete in the 25 class. So I actually, the guy that took my spot in the rankings, he's a 5-star right now. So
how much you getting, man?
Man,
gotta be 6 figures or better.
I ain't gonna say a number, but
gotta be some money, man. But the reason why I asked that is because now with NIL really dominating college, it's like the quarterback over at Texas is in this dilemma right now. He's like, okay, I can go to the NFL and probably be the 4th or 5th quarterback taken off the board because we know Shador's probably going to go number 1, then Cam, then Oregon's quarterback, and then everybody else, right? So now he's like, okay, well, I can stay in college and make this $3, $4, $5 million. If you were poised with that position in high school, would you have still gone to Florida State or would you have stayed and got the bag?
I would have said I would still went to Florida State. I'm more into, like, I stand by, like, anything I do, it could be a mistake. Like, I'm gonna stand by that. So, with going to Florida State, I feel like it put me in the best position because who knows, like, had it worked out any other way, I might have not got recognition or as much experience as a freshman. So, I feel like this is the best situation for me.
For you, what's for you is for you no matter what route you take. I'm a firm believer of that. And so now you're at Florida State, and you hear all the horror stories about when people go out and get these agents and get these people that, try to take you for all your money, because we understand that it is now a business. Like, in my opinion, and I've gone on record with saying this, I believe that college has turned into a professional sport now, where owners can buy colleges now, guys are getting paid. So how do you keep your circle small, and what do you look for in somebody when you want somebody to be part of your business?
I guess just loyalty. Like, I feel like loyalty over love. Like, a young boy said that.
Yeah.
But, it really just comes down to that. The guys that I have, representing me now, they're all, close ties. It's not, just some random guy. Someone just said, oh, I know a guy. Like, it's really just close ties. And, that's really it.
Shout out to your agent, man. Very professional. I reached out to him, man. So we and we got to talk some more things because I want to work with him to help you get a couple more things and different stuff like that. So, okay, you're at Florida State, obviously, and for people who don't know, Tallahassee, the only thing there is Florida State and FAMU. So it's not like it's a big city. It's small, very country.
Yeah.
But it's their own universe in a sense. What has life been like on campus at Florida State, man?
I mean, I love it. Like, I mean, at least me personally, like, I'm not one to go out and party and.
Good, man. Don't get into the party like Florida State. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Look at him.
Don't do it.
But I really stay, to myself, to my little group, and I mean, we just get our thing done. Like, at least during the season, we don't really have a whole lot of time to go.
Free time
we don't got a whole lot of time anyway. So, I mean, I really just stick to myself, stick to my little group.
What's the best thing that you love most about being at a Division I school? For me, when I was dealing with athletes, I love the fact that they give y'all shower shoes.
You said shower shoes?
Shower shoes. Listen. When I went into the military, right, we used to take showers, and they would never give us shower shoes, right? And so now you're putting your feet on this floor. It's just nasty to me, right? And when I found out that Division I schools gave shower shoes, I'm like, what are they doing, right, that the Army is not doing? But shower shoes, man, that was big for me.
I would say, that is a great question.
When you think about it.
I would say some that they have at a lot of Division I schools that like I didn't even know until I got there was like they got like fitted head helmets for the individual player. Like I didn't know. I thought it was just large, medium, extra large.
Custom to you.
Man, I put that on. Like I could barely even feel it on my head. Like it feel good. So I'd say definitely that.
Okay, the equipment. Okay, yeah. Mike Norvell. Yeah. How you like playing for Mike?
Oh man, he's a character.
He's like a great guy.
Yeah, I really do respect him. I mean, hands out to him. Like everything he said during my recruiting process, like he stood by it. He honors it. 2 weeks ago he was talking to me about playing DN, which that's that I had proposed I want to do during my recruiting process. So, yeah, I would say I mean he's the realest dude ever. He's a funny guy.
He seems like a nice funny guy.
When I tell you, like, he looks super serious on TV, but that is, he is hilarious.
How has it been adjusting to playing on TV? And what I mean by that is, a lot of people don't know when it's commercial at home, it's commercial in the stadium. Yeah. It's a lot of standing around. What how did you adjust to those kind of things, and then the environment? Because Florida State in Florida. Come on, like. The atmosphere. Yeah. I did the Alabama and Michigan game in the Orange Bowl a couple years ago, and I remember being in the stadium and just feeling rocking. Yeah. Like what's the atmosphere like there?
It's crazy. I mean, it's Florida State. We can go 1-10 or 10-1. Florida State is Florida State. So, amazing atmosphere. This is one thing I do want to say. I mean, I feel like watching even TV now, even watching games, I see somebody drop a pass and I'm like, he trash. But I'm really thinking, that atmosphere, people don't realize how fast the game is, how, loud the game is, how much is going on. So, it is really tough, but.
How have you been able to navigate, just being a public figure, and I say that very candidly because you are a company, you are a brand. Your name carries weight. When you sign your name on anything, it holds value. How have you been able to navigate around that?
It's just been normal. It's normal. I feel like it's normal for me because it's just being myself. I'm not gonna put up a face that's not genuine. If anybody come to meet me, I'm gonna keep it 100. That's really who I am. I'm not gonna try to be a poser or whatnot. So, I guess whenever it comes to, brands and stuff like that, you're going to 100% see me and, just that.
Right. So. And then, we talk about brand, but I do want to ask one more Florida State question. because, obviously, your social media has been buzzing. You put out information about different events and people were like, oh, I thought my heart just dropped. Let's just kill the narrative. Amari Williams is at Florida State next year. We're not going anywhere. We're not hitting the portal. We're not going anywhere. We're at Florida State next year, okay? So you come back home, man, and you do something amazing. You took the next step in what I call being a true professional. I call it class, community, and court in basketball, but it's class, community, and field in terms of football. You know, dominating the classroom, all academics, taking care of your responsibility, staying eligible, because the best availability is availability on a football field. Yeah. Believe that. And then now you coming back and giving back to the community. Who idea was it to start the nonprofit football camp, and why?
Well, first off, it was mine. Like it was something I brought up. I said, 2 months or so ago, and it really just came down to. I mean, I got the platform, I got the ability to do it. Why don't I do it? Like, I mean, all these players making NIL money and all that, and they're not doing that with it. They being selfish. So, as much as God has blessed me with this, I mean, I feel like I want to bless the community, and it really just came down to that.
And that's something that's really, really big, because not only you, but also Travis. Travis, it came out later in reports that he actually paid a lot of people's NILs with the money that he made from endorsements. And you took your own personal NIL money and funded the camp. Like, it's just, who can't like a person like that, right?
Yes, sir.
So what's the next big step in terms of getting involved in the community? Like, is it toy giveaways? Is it drives? What's the next big step for you?
Yeah, well, I feel like it's a bit soon. I mean, we did a camp yesterday, but that is something I want to partake in, whether it's giveaways, donating to, churches, just stuff like that, or homeless shelters, just providing. So as much as I can do, I will do, and it really just comes down to that.
What about merch? Like, can we get an Amari Williams hat? Because listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am a gambling junkie when it comes to Hard Rock. So Florida State has helped me a lot this year with your spreads, people. Like, we got to do a better job. I'm gonna start putting some calls in, like, hey, we need one more score, people. But like merch, hats, jackets, Amari Williams gear, can we see that coming in the foreseeable future so we can be able to promote that and do those things? Because listen, I'll wear a hat. I'll do it. You know what I mean? I'm the radio guy.
Yes, sir, 100%. That's definitely something I've talked to my agent with, is like making merch, putting it out there. So in the future, yeah, that's something I want to do.
10-4. Yeah. Okay, so NILs, you don't have to give a number on the camera, but I do want to talk to you about some of the people that you've partnered with, and why.
So First Form is one. It's a clothing brand, and then Celis, it's a more local juice bar. They and those are like I say the main two. Like they're super big brands. I want to say First Form has upwards of about 3 million followers. So they're doing their thing, and the reason for me, I would say, is because, they're an athletic brand. They look good, feel good, everything of that sort. And then Celis, they're just local. It's, I love their like, it's like a juice. It's weird because it's like, it's not a smoothie, but it's like a juice type. I can't even
And these are based in Tallahassee?
Nah, in Palm Beach.
Really?
Yeah. First Form is like more national, but
man, I gotta go stop by. I gotta go support.
It's like down the street.
Do they have like an Amari Williams juice?
Hey, they need to.
See, what are we doing? We gotta get an Amari Williams juice. Okay. So now you what brands would you like to partner with in the foreseeable future, big or small?
I would say Powerade. We're a Powerade school. Oh,
really?
Hold on.
Really?
No, I'm not.
No, you're fine. I'm messing with you. But
body.
Yes, there you go. I didn't know Florida State was Powerade. Okay, that's cool.
No, we're a Powerade school, so that's something a lot of the athletes tend to do. But hey, Powerade, if you want to hop on the trend before I get started.
Cause we gonna make a phone call. Okay, so I guess where I want to go now. What's the ultimate goal? What's your why? And I want to set the stage for this. I always tell people, when you do anything in life, have a why, and your why can't be money driven. Because if you never make the money, you'll never miss anything, because you can't miss what you've never really had, right? So what's your why? What keeps you going at night?
I'd say my why is, doing it for my family. Like, I feel like, they could be as old as it gets, my granny, my grandma, my whatever it is. Like, I feel like they all kind of look up to me in a sort. Like, I feel like I've been more than blessed, with genetics, with just God given ability with talent, with just opportunity. I feel like that's a big thing for me. So I've been so blessed, throughout, my whole life, and I feel like I got too much opportunity to not take advantage of it. So I'd say just that.
Right. So okay, your dad, obviously he played in the league. The conversations, is it more, hey, what can we do to get to the league, or is it just get the degree and finish, and whatever happens after that happens? It's always been
terrible. I would say that's a terrible way to take it. We going to the league.
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 But nah, my dad, like he definitely, like I said earlier, like he an eye in the sky. Like he's always trying to make me just this much better. Because honestly, at this point, that's really what it comes down to. Everybody athletic, everybody fast, everybody physical.
Everybody.
It really just come down to this much. Like that's really what like defines being good and being great. So, yeah, that's it.
So okay. Now, I ain't trying to get you in trouble, but I gotta ask the tough questions here with media.
Nah, you good.
Travis Hunter gets a lot of criticism because of his woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I seen that.
Do we got anybody out there we need to be?
Nah.
Do we need to be watching for? Do we got to follow on social media?
No.
Listen, I don't want to get you in trouble now, but I obviously being at Florida State, being an athlete, it's a lot of people that say, "Hey, Amari, how you doing?" Are we staying focused? Are we away from that? What's the plan there? Are we still looking for a wife? Or we what's going on there?
Nah, I mean, I'm gonna just say it. Like I like girls.
Yeah. Okay.
But ultimately, it comes down to I'm gonna put myself in the best situation for myself, and if that's not having a girlfriend, then that's not having a girlfriend. If that's she's slowing me down, and I gotta do what I gotta do. So
right.
I guess when the time comes, the time comes.
Cause you need somebody in your corner to have your back, you know. But listen, ain't nobody replacing mama. So whoever come, they gotta they second fiddle, they second place. Okay, all right. So, I think we've covered a lot, and like I told you, like your agent, man, I want to be able to shine a light on things that you do and things that you got going on in the community, man, and final thoughts, shouts out for things that you want to just, let your family know, your friends, or anybody back home at Florida State that may be watching this.
I really want to just thank everybody. I have such a good community. It really just come down to that. I felt like I've said it probably 5 times throughout this interview, but I'm just so blessed. It got to a point last night where I was just sitting there, I was just thinking, I was able to do this. I was able to give back. So, it's powerful, what a good group of people could do. And so I just want to thank my coaches. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my sisters. They're huge for me too. I feel like they're one of my driving forces too. So I say family, friends,
family, friend, and whoever I'm talking to back in Florida State. Okay, man. Well, I want to give one more shout out to all of our beautiful sponsors: Body Armor, Bel Air, Classic Couture, ETG, Two Brothers Mobile Auto Repair Service, and all the wonderful corporate partners out there. Please make sure, if you haven't already, download the Plug Radio app, available in your Google and your Apple store. And we are streaming live off Roku TV. This episode will air. Just make sure you follow our social media to find out the times. Hint, 8 o'clock. Just letting y'all people know. But make sure you follow for more updates. Also, Mark, give your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, all that good stuff.
All right, so 772 Mara on IG, Amari Williams 25 on Twitter. That's about it. Yeah.
Man, okay, Mark.
Do I need to get TikTok? Because
yes,
I've heard I need to get it.
Okay, you're talking to a social media guy, right?
That's
okay,
my fault.
You need to have a social media platform for everything. Number one.
Okay.
But then it also, how am I gonna remember 772 here and Amari Williams 2232 over here? Make it one thing.
You're right.
Follow me on all platforms at Plug Radio Station. See how easy that was?
Yeah, no, that's smooth.
Is it smooth?
Right. Okay.
Just find something that you need. Even if you got to put 3 underscores in the middle of Amari and 3 underscores at the end, just make it one thing.
One thing, okay.
Yeah, just a little free game. A little free game.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, make sure you stay tuned for the Independent Artist Mix coming up shortly. Hey guys, this is your boy DJ Miller. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Amari Williams.
Sir, thank you.